So just the exposure and whatnot. So we are live. What's up, everyone? Scott Brandt, one half of Two Native Sons. I've got Jasper Axelrad here with myself tonight. And I wanted to bring her on because she's got some different things that she's doing with Tobala. And just excited because she is the first sponsor that we've had for Two Native Sons. And I know she's excited for the collaboration piece and the big things taking place. Patrick had some different stuff going on, so he is not here tonight. So it's myself running the show. I'll let Jasper come on here and talk. And I will say you don't seem nervous, so I guess
It's because Patrick doesn't like me.
Patrick loves you. He loves you. He'll tell you, and we'll get comments later that he loves you. And so your personality, he actually spoke on his live that you are a bigger grinder than he is when it comes to the networking piece. He's like, she outworks me. And I was like, I can see it. So, but honestly, I think you've got to give yourself a lot of kudos because you are big with the connection piece. Like today, sitting down with Cece and Saul and just watching you think of different ways to connect. It's a beautiful thing. And I think you are very powerful when it comes to that space, and you don't give yourself enough credit.
You're not supposed to make me blush on here. What are you doing?
Hey, you don't need to blast shit. Just accept it and go and run. You'll be fine.
Oh my god.
So,
I don't know why he does this live.
hey, it's all good. So just roll with it. We'll roll with punches. We'll be good. So, but let's go ahead because I know the first thing going on is the Wednesday nights fine dining cuisine aspect that you're excited about. So go ahead. Let's hear what's going on. I know Katrina, aka Crash, was very excited.
No.
Excited with what she's got planned for the menu.
Katrina, it's out now, Crash McGee.
Hey, I go. Here we go. So we're good. So yeah, share it. Let's hear it. I'm excited for it. So it's gonna be a good time.
I don't know if y'all can see this. Sorry.
It's all real life. That's all it is. It's real life. No stars. It's real life.
Well, I'm super excited for Wednesday. So Tobala has partnered with Black Hat Distillery as well as Human Interest. Human Interest is a sponsor, so we partnered with Katie Winland, and it's created this really amazing opportunity for business owners. And what it is a 5-course meal with 5 cocktails pairing from Black Hat Distillery. And I don't know if you guys are in the Springs, you might have seen this, but they got all kinds of awards for their cocktails as well as their bartenders. They're just fantastic. They're behind the DMV off of Powers and Airport, and they're this hidden gem. They're incredible. So we were so happy to stumble upon them because actually Joe Ramirez, who owns Train with Joe, is the one who first told me about them. And since then, the ball's just been rolling. It's been incredible. So he's awesome too. But this Wednesday is going to be really special because super excited. Patrick and Scott with Two Native Sons are going to be doing a live podcast during this meal. So you guys will get to see what the 5 courses look like along with the cocktails. But the entire meal is business owners. Every single person here has their plate paid for by Human Interest, which is super exciting. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to the businesses that are going to be there, and we'll see if we get some more or not. I think we can maybe have 1 or 2 more spots filled. But I'm going to read off a list here because my memory's terrible.
You're good. Let's go.
So we've got Integrity Professional Services with Saul is going to be there. And then we've got Gallo Business Consulting. And Saul, I can't wait for Saul to meet Dave because those 2 guys together are going to be just an amazing power team. They both help businesses that are either looking to grow or that are been hit really hard either by COVID, anything like that, where they need money, they need mitigation, they need help in that sense. So I'm super excited for those 2 to meet. Then my friend from Texas is actually going to be there. He runs an airsoft field called 33rd Parallel. It's in Texas. He is a former Marine and just freaking amazing person too. I mean, they're all awesome people. Succeeding Small with Madeline Costa is going to be there. She is, well, good Lord, she's just a bomb firehouse woman. Just amazing. You already know. Look at that smile. There you go.
Yep.
And then her husband, Jimmy Costa, is going to be there. He's got Costa Comprehensive Tutoring. He was actually just on the news for it. Talk about a patient and like thorough individual. Just really awesome. And then we also have, I'm really excited. This just happened. Campfire Coffee, which is a veteran owned and operated. I love this. They're a food truck, but they do all coffee and it's like delicious. Oh my God, it's so good. They do like everything blended or hot. But they just, God, I don't know if I'm going to spill the beans here if I say it, but now I feel like I started, so I have to. They're going to be on Good Morning America, so I'm super stoked for them. I cannot wait to post this out. But hopefully he will be there, and I'm very excited for that. And then Springs Training and Consulting is going to be there too. And she's just a fantastic person who teaches people really how to connect with people in a meaningful manner to become successful as a business owner. So all of these people are people, just small businesses who are looking to succeed and help each other out in a collaborative fashion. And all of this was possible because of human interest, because they did a 30-minute consult call that was just informative to talk about 401ks and how you can actually start saving for your employees, for yourself, for the future. So, and then of course, Tobala is going to be there with my wonderful chef Lamberton. She is incredible. And she, good Lord, you and your Crash McGee, but still. Very
Hey, it's all good. I'm actually excited because I know we had met we met last Friday and had a creative outlet process with some different things that we want to help you out with. So I know Patrick talked a little bit about some stuff on the horizon that we're doing. So that's going to be exciting when that comes to fruition. And I know you're excited for it. But you've also got where you've done kind of a name change, correct?
Yeah, actually, we are. Man, that's cool. Thank you. Oh my goodness. And I just remembered Sweat Nation. Flip. He's going to be there. His name is Flip Awesome. That's his name. Oh my God, I have a great Dane in my face.
You saw this nose coming from the corner and just sit there. It's like a shark that's going to ready to eat you.
He's got the only nose that'll rival mine. Anyway, yeah, you're right. We are going from fine Mexican cuisine to fine creative cuisine because we source with local farmers and very, very excited about that. And I wanted a chef who basically wanted to cook whatever they want. I'm not about micromanaging at all. That's not my style. I can barely micromanage myself to get breakfast in the morning, so I can't do someone else. But she's got all the creativity in the world, and I wanted her to be able to utilize it. So whatever Colorado farmers can give us locally and what's going on in this state is what we want to provide, and do it in a really creative, delicious way.
Yep. And I think that's exciting because you've talked about it because of going with that name change. It opens up a lot of doors for you, which is a beautiful thing when you really look at what opportunities you've really unlocked by doing that name change. And so what really inspired going with a different name? What inspired you to go and create a different identity for Tobala, even though it's the Tobala brand, but going from Mexican cuisine to whatever it may be?
Well, again, it's all about Chef Lamberton, to be honest, because really I just want her to be able to do what she wants. Now, putting a Mexican flair, she was a chef at Chewy's for a while, and she completely nails it. I think she does an incredible job, especially with those tacos de birria. Man, I've gotten nothing but incredible feedback on that. But I want her to have all the freedom and all the creativity. So, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to limit her to one style. If she wants to move all over the board, I think Wednesday's going to be a surf and turf. I have the menu for it. I can't release all the details. This is my non-disclosure.
I think it'll
be really good.
No, I'm looking forward to it because I went over to the food truck yesterday while you guys were at Nano 108, and we were talking a little bit about what she had an idea with. And I was like, this is going to be a great plate expression here, so I'm excited. And I know Patrick, he wants to be there, but he had some stuff pop up, which is all good. And I do see Patrick got on here to comment, so I don't know if he's watching, but we got the famous "Let's go." Yeah, we know how that goes. So shout out to our good friend Patrick, my business partner, and just what's going on here and whatnot. And I know because being our first sponsor, what really drew you into joining us and becoming our first sponsor? What really drew you into going that route with us?
Because y'all are amazing people. I mean, my hashtag for Tobala might be chase the taste, but it's chase the passion in my life, right? So yep. That's what you guys are. Y'all are passionate, like incredible people. I see no reason not to be 150% behind y'all all the way. I'm completely honored to even know you guys.
I appreciate the kind words, as you've got your dog over there trying to give you some love and whatnot. So the dog wants to be part of the live stream, which is all good. But it was very... Hey, we'll bring animals in. We'll do what we need to. So, but I think it's unique because we had talked maybe 3 times before everything, and I think we had a very deep conversation when you invited me over to taste the food, which that was my first experience with Brian and Katrina and what they've done as a power food couple, I guess you could say, in regards with that, but. It was an experience, and I know just having the deep conversation, it was a great conversation. And I know Patrick and I are very grateful that you trusted us, joined with us, and just allow us to showcase what you're doing. And ultimately, that's the biggest thing for us is to showcase small businesses within Colorado Springs. And I think we're starting to kind of get a niche in the food community because we do have some other locations that we'll be live streaming at. Roll Up Food Truck was last week. And so you've helped out phenomenal with that too because you're part of that community. So it really is something that we're grateful for. So in regards with...
amazing community, actually. The breweries, the distilleries, like they're all local. They're all small business and they're all amazing. Like the food truck community in general is absolutely amazing. Every single person I've met in the food truck community, they all are phenomenal at what they do. They're great at, like I said, Campfire Coffee. I'm thinking it's going to be there. It's going to be wonderful. But all of them have been so supportive and they try to help each other out. Yeah, I know I've got a crazy ass Great Dane going all over the place.
It's all good. It's all good. It's real life here, so we don't. Yeah, Garrett. So Garrett's
never even talked to me in the first place.
No, like your personality, your energy, and what you put off. You're a very hey, that's okay because you did put that on the table when we had our original one-on-one. But Garrett's also part of the collaboration net that we have. So Garrett is another podcast, another platform that. You're part of that sponsorship aspect. So Garrett's another one that's sharing what you're doing. And so, yeah, shout out to Garrett. Garrett knows I love my food. So Garrett's a great guy. I think you two would honestly do very well having you go on to his podcast. And so I think you would do very well. So Garrett, if you guys want to talk, bring Jasper on. She's got that mindset piece that I think you guys would really bond. And then we got Patrick Massey out here getting that Let's Go up and running. So I know when you first met Patrick at Decadent, you're like, man, he gives the best handshakes ever. So shout out to Patrick.
That hand clap. I felt so legit. That was wonderful. I was so energized. Yep. I think, you know what? Marcus is going to be there too. Marcus Benjamin, the comedian. He's fantastic. Maybe he'll make us laugh. I'll probably put him on the spot in like 2 seconds and be like, tell us a joke. Do something funny.
It's all good, I think, and that's it's a unique way that you start missing different, you start interacting, meeting different people, and it's a beautiful thing with the collaboration piece. And I think that is really what you're big with is that collaboration piece, and you're always looking for ways. How can I connect other people? And I know you had talked about that your food truck is one of those things that it's a connection piece that you really look at within the community of Colorado Springs, maybe even the state of Colorado. But I know you're also from Texas, so you've got the roots down in Texas. So I think you'll end up doing some global domination, which Patrick and I and everybody that we know will be right with you. But then we have Garrett here saying, yeah, we'll be reaching out to her real soon. So
Yay!
yep, and that's what I tell people. I'm like, go and leverage other people's stages. Go and leverage other things that people have created because that allows you to get in front of other people, people that you may not have been able to reach out to. So just this piece here, it's a beautiful thing just to see people's comments, see everything that they're going. But also shout out to Patrick Massey because I know he did a real rough drop for you. I shot you over what he had kind of put together for you very quickly with Tobala because what you did was I'll buy the phone. So I don't know how many people know about how you created like the logo. And I find that funny because you're like, this is all off the phone. And I was like, hey, more power to you. Let's go. So
And huge shout out to What's Up Fitting and Blue Line Design for that because I literally sent them like a graphic from my phone and they somehow made it into a whole food truck rack. Like that's incredible. Nice job to them because they're amazing.
Yep. So, is there anything else? I know the schedule is kind of full for you this week with different events every day. I know we have Heartland Connects tomorrow night at Overdrive Raceway. You'll be there.
Anybody who wants to network, that is a completely non-exclusive networking event. I think there was like 50 to 60 people there last time, and they're all awesome, just energetic, creative-minded people. If you bring a small gift like wine or something like that, you can actually speak for a few minutes in front of everyone and tell them what you do. So that's awesome. And actually, the vegan community has been incredible in Colorado Springs. They have been so supportive in every way. So we are doing a thank you tribute, if you will, again at Black Hat Distillery, because good Lord, Black Hat has been amazing to us. But we're doing Viva La Vegan. That's going to be on Thursday. And Chef Lamberton was a vegan for over 16 years. So she has created a special menu, and they've got vegan cocktails just for this event. And that'll be 4 to 8 this Thursday.
That's awesome. And then we have Patrick saying I'll be there. So I think he'll be there tomorrow night. So maybe you guys can meet for the first time there face to face. Let me know, Garrett, if that's correct. I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, but I think that's what he's hinting at. So we'll find out and whatnot. But yeah, I think that honestly, I have to give you props because no nerves, nothing. You're just ultimately you got to give yourself more credit. Honestly, you have to give yourself more credit. You don't give yourself enough credit and whatnot. So
anything desk right now. I can't. I'm like the desk in front of me. I'm gonna crawl under the Great Dane. He'll talk for me.
So do you so kind of what's your vision or what do you see with Tobala and what do you see with the growth that you want to have occur with the Tobala brand? What would you like to see take place?
Oh man, I've got news. I'm rolling with the punches, as you know. So this is kind of a crazy adventure. I went from like no LLC to pretty much booked out the rest of the year in about 4 months. And that's because I've got a ridiculous amount of energy and I don't sleep, right? These two things. And also, I'm part of a wonderful B&I group that has like absolutely been incredibly supportive. And I can't even thank them enough. Dynamic and Alliances has been incredible here. They've been friends, they've been supportive, and they have helped me get resources that I never would have thought of or even like known about. So that's super exciting. But as far as future plans go, I I have absolutely no clue. Like I said, I want Katrina to have fun and Brian, and I want to be able to make a space in the food truck for them to be creative. Ideally, by next spring, I'd love for all of them to be on full benefits as well. I am a huge proponent of being preventative with finances. And so I want to make sure that everybody around me is in some kind of secure position financially. If they're not, then I want to figure out a way to try to help them get there. And Lord knows we know enough people to get people on the right track. So if you're struggling in some kind of capacity, man, reach out. Like, I would love to help anyone in that way. And I want everybody to enjoy, to like it not be work. I want them to enjoy going and making a living, essentially, to do what they want to do. So that's the goal for Tobala right now. But I got to tell you, as a food truck, I never dreamed it would bring me in contact with so many incredible freaking people who've got that pearly white smile that makes me so happy. I love when people are smiling.
Hey, I already told you I smile at everything. So, well, we got Patrick making some more comments here. So I guess his call that he was on is over now and whatnot. But he said, I'm getting the Patrick treatment in my watch party. So I guess Patrick Massey's over on that end. And then he said, literally been commenting the whole time. So, and then we got this. What is this? I said, thank you for big shout out, Jasper, and can you manage my calendar for the rest of the year? So, you might have a new job to manage Patrick's calendar based on what he's asking you to do. That's
I get to choose the colors on the calendar. I'm happy. I just want some pretty colors I get to look at, and the more the colors, the better.
It's all good. Like you do what you need to. But I think it's unique too because like you ended up having this idea for the food truck. You've never, based on what you've talked about, that wasn't really. What drove you to decide to run with a food truck and open up a food truck?
Oh man. Well, I originally met somebody. I was backpacking for 2 years and living in my car. And I met someone, and it was his dream to own a restaurant. And when COVID hit, he managed a restaurant in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And when COVID hit, I asked him if he wanted to come remodel my basement. And he did, and it's gorgeous. And I said, I think I can get you to brick and mortar, but it's going to start with a food truck. Unfortunately, he and I split ways. And I believe he's actually running a food truck here in the Springs right now. But it allowed me the option to continue on with the food truck and make someone else's time a good one. And, you know, just having something fun and being able to even stay open right now, I think is kind of a blessing. Like truly.
Yep. And I think food trucks have a little bit more of an advantage than like regular restaurants because you're mobile. You don't have a lot of the overhead, and so you're not seating anybody. So your ability to be able to run business is a little bit in a better shape than a brick and mortar business because you can drive and go to offices and have food there for them. But right there, it speaks to who you are as a person. You're like, hey, I hear your dream. So how can we work together to get you your dream? And that aligns perfectly with what Two Native Sons, Patrick and I have brought on. So it's wonderful with the collaboration, how people think. Patrick also makes a comment here. Jasper makes my schedule look amateur. So you're... You're the rock star, I guess, in the eyes of Patrick when it comes to your schedules. And then Patrick gives you a shout out.
Also, it's really unfortunate the way that like our third party delivery services worked, right? So that was very upsetting to me when you know, the pandemic hit, essentially closed everyone down. And then you had all your third-party delivery services Grubhub, DoorDash, all of these things, right? They raised their percentages. They basically monopolized and capitalized on it. So they like cut the percentages on the drivers. They raised the prices. So by the end of it, you're ordering like a 2-person meal from IHOP, paying over $60, and it's not quality. So Tobala was really formed for the pandemic. So the idea was that we would have drivers per zip code, right? They would get their full amount and whatever tips were given. And then we would be able to provide ideally 12 meals a month for about $180. And that includes the delivery to your home. So that was the original business model of Tobala. And it's just changing as we change and adapting as we go.
Man, that speaks volumes to like the vision that you have, the big dreams. And so I think this serves you very well because you're like, I don't know everything. This is my vision. Let's find people that comes along and really partners well with my vision. They go and work on their strengths, do what they need to. I'm going to dream big and I'm going to bring this to fruition. And so there we go. So Patrick has a couple other things. He said you have an incredible story. And then also we have the aspect here talking about pivot. And so that right there is a perfect example of pivoting, looking at the picture and saying, okay, let's adjust a bit, but constantly keep moving towards that goal, whatever that goal is. So it speaks volumes. And then like we were talking the one night and you were talking, hey, I'm new in business. I don't know everything. And so when somebody's talking, you're like, I have to apologize because I don't understand. And I was like, why are you apologizing? You can't apologize and say, hey, I don't know this. What are you talking about? Don't apologize because you're new and you're doing big things. So this is the thing that you potentially, based on what you're doing, you have this experience that you can pass on to somebody else, even though you're not a business owner by trade, but by what you've done, you can take that experience and really help other people out. And so it's a beautiful thing that you have this stuff going on that is amazing to see. And I'm grateful to know you as a friend, because ultimately that legitimately is the foundation for anything, is the relationships. That drives everything. Everything else will come, but the relationships are the biggest part.
It's true. The connectivity has been incredible. Like, and I need friends. I bounce off of other people. I am not a loner. I rent out the rooms in my home because I don't like being alone. So being around other people with, the amazing energy, it helps and it feeds me in such a wonderful way. Like I'm so grateful. You have no idea.
And then Patrick's got a question here. So he said, did you ever think of yourself being an inspiration? I kind of had to word that. So when you look at everything, yeah, that's what he's asking. Like, did you ever see yourself as being an inspiration for other people?
No. No, definitely not. Again, I try and figure out breakfast in the morning, and that's difficult. So...
Well, you're showing up big. Honestly, you're showing up big. And so, like I said, you gotta give yourself more kudos. Like, pat yourself on the back and say, hell yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't care what you think. Here I go. So give yourself more credit. Give yourself more kudos. And if I have to feed that to you until you see it, I will keep doing that. Patrick's gonna do the same thing. So we'll feed into your belief until your roots are so deep that you're like, I don't need anybody. Here I go.
Oh my God. Or I'll just drag all of y'all along with me. How about that?
We'll do that too. We'll all work together to get to the top. That's the thing. Sweet. But so we're getting close to the end here. What we normally do with all of our live streams, we utilize this tool called Pod Decks. So I'll do 3 cards, different decks and whatnot. Very interesting, different questions. So I don't know what they're gonna be, but this one is interview deck. So what's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh man. Worst job. Well, good Lord. So I'm a dental hygienist and I love cleaning teeth. So it's definitely not that. I absolutely love that. I worked at Jamba Juice, but I was teaching belly dancing at the time. So I had really fun, like, there because I would belly dance at Jamba Juice. That's weird.
Okay.
I don't think I've had a job that I've just hated. I like every place I've been so far.
So let's think about what's been the strangest experience that you've had on the job.
I'll say I've had some weird experiences as a hygienist because being a dental hygienist is an incredibly intimate occupation, right? You've got somebody coming into a dental office who a lot of the time, I mean, think about it. Like the worst places you can think of to go medically, right, are going to be like a dental office or a gynecologist pretty much, right? Like, or proctologist, something along these lines is something not fun. You think a lot of money, you think pain, and you think like, oh my God, there's nothing I can do, and helplessness. So, especially with people who've had bad experiences. So I think when it comes to weird stuff, I've definitely had some weird experiences as a dental hygienist. I think any hygienist has, because they come in, they lay down, and it's like a therapy chair, right? So,
okay, all right.
You get some really strange instances like that, especially, you'll hear crazy stories just depending on where you're working. I'm like, I don't want to say anything because I'm worried that that person might hear or something, be like, oh my God, I was that weird. No. But
it's all good. I got you. So it's the therapy aspect of that chair that I don't think anybody really thinks of it that way. I know like bartending, a barber could potentially be that route, but I've never thought of a dentist chair being a avenue for therapy. So that's a unique way to think about it and really look at it. So we have Garrett here saying I should learn belly dancing for my dancing challenge. So you might have a new student. So here we go, Garrett. You have a new teacher.
Oh, without my coin belts, let's do this.
I can't wait to see this one. Garrett, you've put yourself out there, so I better see this on Facebook in like 3 weeks. So challenge accepted. You put yourself out there. So all right. So the next one is: Would you rather? Would you rather blow up 100 balloons or lick 500 envelopes?
Ooh. Well, I've done both. I'm going with the envelopes.
Okay.
I don't like that lightheadedness.
Have you ever gotten a paper cut on your tongue by licking envelopes?
Yes.
That's gotta be the worst location to get a paper cut because you can't do anything with it.
That's true. And then you drink and everything burns and everything hurts. But it also heals really quickly. So
okay.
It heals a lot better than like if you got it Bob's Burgers in the finger crotch, right? You know when he like throws the like rock, paper, scissors, but he got a paper cut. Someone's gonna get this reference.
Buddy. Oh man. All right, so the last one is what the heck? And I find this very funny, so we'll see what we can get out of this for you. Describe your sense of humor in one word.
My sense of humor. Hyphenate equal offender.
Equal offender, okay. Equality. I guess we could go to one word if we're going to do that way. So, hey, gotta love it. So, man, thank you for that. Thank you, Jasper, for sharing some different information that sometimes you don't get asked these questions, and that's why I laugh at these. It's great because it opens up a door for other questions that normally aren't asked. So, but thank you for your time. Thank you for jumping on here. Anything else that you would like to share before we sign off?
No, I'm still blushing. I just hope you can't tell.
Quit blushing. Just accept it. Just accept. No, but we're very grateful. So, if anybody that's watching this live or the replay, if you're looking for a way to get your business more exposure, to have a avenue that allows you to really get blasted out to a very large swath, talk to myself and Patrick. We'll share with how it works with our sponsorship platform. And if you have any questions, you can ask Jasper. She's the first sponsor with 2NS. She doesn't hold anything back. And so we're just grateful for her trusting us, jumping on with us, and being able to do this. So other than that, I know I'll see you tomorrow at Overdrive Raceway for the Heartland Connect. So anybody that's looking to network, come out there, Overdrive Raceway. And then I'm excited for Wednesday night for the Dreamers Cypher that will be doing that. And just having the different business people on there and just getting that conversation. So other than that, we'll catch you guys later. And appreciate
you better bring those cards to them. You better send me under someone else.
I got you. I'll bring them. I'll bring them. So we're signing off. Anybody? Last thing is anybody that had a great view with this, really loved it. All we ask is to share this video, spread the love, and get the name out there with Tobala, Jasper, and people can see who Jasper truly is and understand what the power partner that you have with having Jasper in your corner. So other than that, catch you guys later.
Thank you so much.
No problem.